right, so let's move on now to your career highlights and your breakthroughs.
Okay.
So, what was there ever a turning point or a breakthrough moment that significantly boosted your freelance career?
I think yung sa TikTok, that one.
TikTok.
Kasi, yeah, yung nakita ako nung isang UST player. Kasi ano meron ako, ito na naman, the peak depression na naman. Kasi nga, like one client only for like, how many games? 4 games per month, ganyan. So magkaano lang inikita ko. So parang after nung sa TikTok na nag-post ako ng ganun na vlog, tas nakita, so tinanong even if I'm not a UP student, will you still get me, can you still get me as your client? Parang ganon. So parang, yeah, of course, sabi ko ganon. I'm down to do that, sabi ko ganon sa kanya. So parang, I think that's one thing na nagpa-boost ng confidence ko, tsaka, alam mo yun, parang nawala din ako sa, oh my God, yung isa lang yung client ko, tama na ba itong ginagawa ko? Ganun kasi yung feeling niya. Like, when you only have one client, parang, ganun talaga siya. It's so hard. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's that one moment na nag-ano ako. So TikTok pa nga talaga eh. Hindi ako active no
It's
sobra
amazing
talaga.
talaga with social media na you can be found anytime,
Anywhere,
anywhere
yeah.
in
Mm-mm.
TikTok. I mean, it's hard because sometimes you have to set your expectation low that not everyone's gonna see you, but as long
Mm.
as you know what you're doing and if you learn how TikTok works, especially with I don't know if I think they do have an algorithm.
Oh, they do have, yeah.
Oh
Like,
boy, they're
yeah.
becoming YouTube now.
They do have, yeah.
Pero yeah, every social media is gonna have an algorithm anyways.
Mm-mm.
So you
Yeah.
just have to pray and be lucky that the algorithm is on your
Your
side.
side, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So so what has been your best or most memorable shoots so far in your career? Either through experience or the opportunity it brought or like how much income it got.
Okay. Ano bang I think etong the currently is yung Agilas Yuma ko sa PFL. So ito nga yung I got it from the Youth Football League, right?
Mm.
Tapos ano siya, ano tawag dito? Currently, this is my talagang tuloy-tuloy na work until May. So until May siya, let's say 2 to 4 games, medyo malaki-laki na rin yung kinikita ko. Tapos, may ano din ako doon, may client din ako na football player doon. Although ex-deal din siya, pero kasi, sometimes kasi it goes a long way eh. Yung ganong mga ex-deal. Parang, tropa eh. UP to UP kasi eh. Ganon. Kumbaga. Pero it goes a long way na minsan nadi-discover ka ng mga tao. Tapos follow ka nila. Tapos magugulat ka na lang one of those days. May magpapashoot. Ganon.
Yeah.
So parang yeah. I think yan yung pinaka-ano ko ngayon. Very thankful ako sa kanila na kinuha nila. Kahit medyo natataasan pa daw sila sa rate ko. Guys, I'm sorry. That's it. Yun na lang naman mabibigay ko.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
At least it's something that's worth remembering over. That
Yeah.
great experience.
Very great
Okay.
experience.
Has there been any other, or has there been any clients or brands or publications that were especially meaningful to you? Like with how they treated you or how they talked to you and if they gave out a great experience into your career?
I think until now, yung current ko na nowhere to go but up, UP, ganun. Ito yung parang very thankful ako. Tsaka ang dami nilang nabigay sa akin na experience, ganun. Actually, minsan, kumukuha din sila ng freelance photographer from the photo pool na they have. So, parang kahit na alumni na ako from my org and nag-stray away na ako, hindi na ako connected with my org ngayon. Kasi syempre, oldie na, let the new bloods go there and explore. So parang ano lang nila ako, let's say backup shooter, ganon. Whenever I want, talaga, hindi naman ako required masyado. Pero thankful ako sa kanila kasi ang dami kong natutunan, ang dami kong nakilala. Kumbaga, sometimes nga, dati may kulay pa kasi yung buhok ko. So, mas recognizable ako dati. Kumbaga. So, pag nakikita nila ako, laging magpapapicture yan, ganon. Hindi na kasi nila ako lalaki. Wala nang kulay buhok ko, black na ulit. Black na ulit siya.
That was me. Don't worry.
Oo.
I had to change my hair color for something I won't disclose. But yeah,
Yeah.
continue po.
Pero yun. So parang ganun siya na very thankful ako sa kanila. Kasi 3 years na, o magpo-4 na next year na nag-work ako with them. Tapos lagi sila may open na slot for me. So I'm very touched na meron.
Hey.
Yeah, oo. It's really kahit the volunteer work. Love ko kasi yung sports so parang no problem with me. As long as it also lands me some clients. Medyo ganun naman na nangyayari na. So parang okay na ako.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah, very.
Now, when working with those kind of clients, how do you handle yung creative direction when working with them, especially when their vision differs from yours?
Okay, eto naman, sa client naman na ganyan, sa sports kasi syempre di mo kontrolado. Pero, ang client ko nung sablay season, yun, medyo mahirap. Kasi nga, I did tell you na I love cool colors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of clients want warm colors. It's so challenging. It's very challenging to the point that I had to watch some YouTube stuff because I'm like, oh my God, how do I mix these colors para it looks like this? Sometimes kasi they are just gonna tell you, I want something light and airy. Okay. So parang mapapaisip ka, you really have to send some samples sa kanila. So parang they send samples to you, but you also have to send the sample one. Yung babalik ko sa kanila na, is this okay for you na? Ganyan. So parang I think yun yung challenge. Talagang you cater to your clients kasi. Kumbaga. So parang hindi pwede na masusunod ako doon sa kulay, ganyan. Meron nga isa parang ano bang nun? Parang niya sa akin, pina-warm pa niya. So to the point na medyo na siya, mukha na siyang may filter of warmth. Ganon. So parang may mga ganon akong client. Wala naman akong kaso kasi of course nakakapag-explore ako. Pero ayun nga, parang yeah. Okay naman sila. Natuto akong warm colors because of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gave you a new experience, a new thing you learned that you can apply to other future works.
Yeah.
You know, when you mentioned about they show you yung mga pegs, I remember this one interview that I did for same kind of thing, but it's for thesis.
Yeah.
Where they mentioned about like dealing with clients and they show you this peg. What he said is that when the client showed him his peg, he was like, it's a nice peg. You know, I actually took that picture. He was serious. He actually took that picture and it was like, and they were like, oh my God, you made this? Okay, so please recreate this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think that also happened to me at may one client din ako.
No way.
Yeah. Couple picture ata siya. Tapos basta naka salabay, parang naka sa back nung jowa nung client. Parang nakaganon. Tapos nakatingin sila sa isa't isa. Tapos my client was like, "Oh my God, I want this one. You want that one? I took that picture." Ha? Talaga? Sabi niyang ganon. Like, yeah, I took that picture. Sabi ko, galing ha? Sabi ko, nakaabot sa'yo. It's like very wide. Yeah, super, super, super nakaka-flatter kapag umabot.
It is so flattering.
Yeah.
You'll see your own picture as like a peg. It shows that how well established you have become.
Yeah.
Or how well known you have become in the industry.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's so amazing na it's like an unexpected plot twist from an anime. Ganun.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. Nagulat din talaga ako dun. Sabi niya, gusto ko couple shoot ganito. Parang ako, okay, sige. Magagawa natin yan. Ako din ang kumuha eh. Gano'n ko siya. Lahat ko sa kanyang ganun. Ang galing. It's really a small world. Sa ganun.
If that ever happens to me, I'll just be like, you see,
okay.
I'm the one that took it.
Right.
Okay. So, what does a typical day look like for you as a freelance photographer, both in your free time and in work hours?
So work hours, sige, work hours muna tayo. Work hours, it looks like, sige, dahil mas ma-football na ako ngayon eh. So, it's like 30 minutes na nasa isang side ako ng field. And then, it takes like 5 to 7 minutes running to the other side because the goalkeeper of our team, he wants some photos also. So I will run around. It also
must feel very tiring. You have to keep running back and forth for like 5 minutes.
Hindi naman 5 minutes. Parang lilipat lang ako ng court and then I will sit there na and then the rest of the game dun na ako.
Like it'll take like a seconds to get there and you just have to sit there for 5 minutes to hope for the perfect shot, right?
Mga 10 minutes naman, 10. Kasi
okay.
I wait for the goalkeeper to, let's say, defend the goal, ganon, or some portraits ng goalkeeper. Kasi nga, kawawa yung goalkeeper, hindi siya napakunan lagi. So parang, So parang he's like, please take photos of me. Please. Ganun talaga siya. I'm like, okay, I'll take photos of you. So every now and then, I run back dun sa pwesto ng goalkeeper. Kasi usually offensive side ako. Kasi nga, when the people score the goal, they look for me. So when they look for me, they run towards me, nagpapapicture. So parang ganun siya.
So like, there's like two sets of photographers. Isa for the defense, isa for the offense.
Yeah.
Or like for one photographer for different side of the field.
It depends kasi on it depends on the team eh. So the yung team ko ngayon, they depend on me talaga on all of the photos. Kasi si media manager ko is more videos kasi nga yung lens niya for the videos. So parang when bawa yung mga marketing video stuff ganyan, sa kanya yon. Parang siya yung magte-take noon. Pero talaga inside the games na yung game day mismo, ako talaga mag-aano nun. So it looks like that. Tapos when I go to the games, you know, I would go to the game because my bag is big, heavy, it has a chair. Kasi I've learned it the hard way. Dati nung nag-shoot pa ako sa UAAP na football naman, I have to bring a chair kasi if it rains, it rains. Ganun siya. So parang I'm like, yeah, so parang I can't sit on the floor kasi it's basa, it's wet. So parang I have to bring a chair. So lagi
What about
yan.
the camera if it gets wet? Do you have an umbrella?
Actually, it's not an umbrella na. I upgraded to a raincoat na and also a raincoat for the camera.
Oh, so an accessories. Wait. Can you describe to me that? I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, you're genuinely curious. I'll also show you how it looks like and what it looks like. Kasi CUAAP, they have accidentally shot this photo a while back. Wait lang, hanapin natin. Kasi,
alright, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look. Hinanap ko yun eh. Nasa stories ko din yan dati. Pero hanapin ko muna. Because it's really funny. I look like a minion. Like Among Us minion, whatever.
I feel like that this accessory is very important, especially when you don't know. Oh, wait. Oh, what is that? I can't see it. Well.
Yeah, sorry.
I see it.
So that's a camera. Yung gray, that's me. That's the gray blob. That's me sitting on the chair. Kasi yung time na yan, maaraw, maulan. So parang, sabi ko, oh my gosh, hindi pwedeng wala akong raincoat. Tapos, wala akong, yung payong ko, parang, ayoko na siyang kunin. Kasi nga, it doesn't matter kasi umaanggi yung ulan. So parang, I was like, no, I have to get a raincoat. I have to get my camera raincoat and then my raincoat. Kasi, I do want na safe si camera. Wala pa, di ko pa napapalitan yung rubber niyan eh. So tanggal yung rubber niya. So parang, kailangan talaga, it has a coat. So every time na it rains sa football, talaga makikita mo ako, full gear. Sometimes, the players nga, they don't know me na that was me. Like from before, na-late ako kasi it was raining. Oh my God. Tapos traffic sa Quiapo. So parang, anong nangyari, pagkapasok ko, naka-goal sila and then they were like, where's the photographer? So they assumed na I wasn't there. I'm like, no, I'm there. I'm the gray blob. Because I'm in a raincoat. Dude, I can't go sa rain nang walang anything. Tapos camera ko lang may protection.
They couldn't tell with the thing that you're holding.
Oh, yeah, nakaganon kasi.
Wait, like parang like it's camouflaged or like blends in with your raincoat. Is it the same color?
No, it's gray and then black. Gray yung raincoat ko, tapos black yung nakita mong black na thing kanina. Yun yung camera raincoat.
I mean, if you're from afar, you can still like think that it's black. Unless if it's like really, really light gray, ganun.
Oo. It's grayish na medyo dark eh. Kaya alam kong di nila masyadong manonotice. Maliit pa naman ako. Tapos, alam mo yun, parang, tapos ganun pa akong gear. Di talaga nila ako napansin. Napansin nila ako, pumasok sila ng game. And then they were like, oh, someone's there. Ganun. Kasi ganun sila. So parang nakita nila, that's me na pala. Ganun. So, yun ang itsura ko. Every time, pupunta ako football. So, I pray every day na hindi umuulan pag game. Kasi nga, ang hirap.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. Naabutan ako, one time, sabi ko, ang dilim sabi ko gano'n, wala pa yan. So, I was shooting and then, suddenly, I heard sa back na, there's like pitter-patter of rain. I'm like, what the fuck? May ulan na? I was like looking. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, may ulan na. So, ang inuna ko is yung camera ko. And then, saka yung sarili ko. Kasi, dala ko naman yung every time, dala ko a water bottle, my raincoats, and my chair. So, yun yung dala ko every time sa field. Then, that's my life when working inside. Tapos, kapag pauwi na ako, of course, angkas or train na ako pauwi, ganyan. Then, pag uwi ko, after I eat dinner, dito na kasi nag-dinner sa bahay. Kasi nga, walang dinner place sa walang dinner place near the place ng Vito Cruz, ay sa Rizal Memorial eh. So parang after ko dinner sa bahay and then aakyat na ako here, edit na ako. As in edit, this is an edit until 4 a.m. na type. Especially if gabing-gabi. Yeah. Kasi I want it done. I want the photos done na. So, if walang request ang football team sa akin na ibang edit ko na siya on my own. Tapos when it's done na. Spoiled nga eh. I mean, spoiled sila. Kasi, yan, talagang, okay, when I get home, these are the photos na. Tapos of course, ang ko din, syempre, each player, I have to take a photo, kahit portrait lang, or something na tumatakbo. Sa'yo ko sila magtampo. I mean, alam mo yun, I don't want them to feel bad na, bakit ganun? Si ganito may photo. Kaya yung sa goalkeeper, nung nirequest na talaga niya, I'm like, okay, I'll go sa other side and then I'll go back. Parang ganun ako. So, ganun yung life ko at work. Tapos, on my free time, content creation. Parang, hindi kasi, sometimes parang inisip ko, shit, ano ba magandang content? What's a good content that would actually bring viewers, ganon? How would they know me as Ja? Ganyan. So, isip ng content yan to shoot for the other work days, ganon, kumbaga. If I don't play on my free time, I do content, which is sad actually kasi I don't play anymore masyado sa free time ko. Kasi content na iniisip ko eh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's about it. Especially nung nag-TikTok na din ako. I'm like, oh my God, I wanna be relevant. Parang ganun. Parang,
same.
diba? Parang what makes you pop and then what makes you like timely for them. Kasi yun yung mahirap eh. Yung pag on time ka ba magpo-post sa TikTok, ganyan. So yeah, that's my life. That's how I look like.
I have this thing also. If I want to start content creation, I also want to do photography related, like what I see some on YouTube shorts where they give mga tips and tricks. Like for me, I learned so much from my education. I got to learn the rules of events. Now you need to follow like this thing called EDMC. Now you need to have your exposition, detailed photo, the main photos, and then yung concluding shot. So I can try teaching that online since I also want to help the ecosystem of freelance photography, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, try to be awesome with them. And also because you made the fact that your raincoat and your camera is like black and gray, it's like taking I am the shadows very literally.
Yeah.
It's like trying to hide when it's dark time. So parang nakakamo ka.
Parang siya nakakamo. Tapos umuulan pa ng malakas. So parang less seen kasi nga gray din yung ulan eh. Pag malakas.
True.
Ayun.
So because we know that freelance photography can be very busy. So how do you balance the creative side of photography with yung business and administrative responsibilities? Like you're not just responsible for taking photos, but you also have to manage your own business, your own branding with like trying to message your clients, trying to build up a reputation and managing your social media, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I actually don't know how I do it kasi parang first time in a long time ko talagang nag-asikaso. Actually, nung una ayoko pa gumawa ng page. Parang sabi ko, di naman ako gaganyan eh. Pero napilitan ako ng friends ko last year na gumawa na. Kasi parang sabi nila, sayang yung photos mo, ganyan. So like, they told me to post it, ganyan. Doesn't matter if you get likes or not, parang ganon. Just post it, ganon sila. So, I did post, and then, yun nga, there came a time na yung sa sports, nagulat nga ako na may nag-hire na sa akin, ganyan. So, parang sabi ko, kung gusto ko gawin to, at mahal na mahal ko ang sports and ang photog in general, really have to manage it. So, parang, after nung mga few clients ko din nung Sablay season, talagang parang, oh shit, ang hirap pala, parang ganon. It's like working full-time, honestly. Very very fulfilling. Kasi nga, nagagawa mo yung request ng clients, masasaya yung clients mo. Well, most of them. Kasi, yun nga, ang saying is, you can't please everyone. So, minsan talaga, hindi siya mag-work out. Pero most of the time naman, it would work. Parang ganon. So, parang, binabalance ko naman siya. Nababalance ko naman for now. Kasi, pa lang naman, onti pa lang din si clients. Pero hindi ko pa ako nakapag-explore on more of the, let's say, yung sa side ng sa SOCMED, 'di ba? May mga sa Meta kasi may mga yung nag-auto-reply or something like that na
Yeah, I want to
messages.
figure that out.
Haven't figured that out also. Pero marunong naman ako magbasa nung mga sa ads thing. Pero hindi ako nag-ads. More of ano lang, yung basta alam kong basahin yun kasi yun yung first job ko actually. So parang may natutunan naman ako kahit papaano. So sa
I
TikTok,
see.
tinitingnan ko, yun. Medyo knows ko naman. Pero
Mm,
for now, parang ganun lang. Sked post lang ng sked post. Not I don't wake up on time and then post it. Just schedule post talaga. Unless Meta doesn't want to. Or
yeah.
si Publer, I use Publer kasi for the albums.
Mm.
So ayun.
So with that in line, do you see freelance photography more as art, a business, or a balance of both, and why?
I think it's a balance of both. Kasi, especially when you're doing it you're doing it for like a job talaga, ganon, kumbaga.
Mhm.
It really has to be a balance of both. So, bale, you have to know which clients yung kukunin mo, alin yung mga volunteeran mo. For example, let's say sa FIB, yung the volleyball one, let's just say, hindi ako nag-volunteer doon. Pero let's say ganon, you want something na more on the international aspect na voluntary photo work, ganyan, or media operations. Parang you have to choose talaga what gives you what can give you something na would feed you or like put food on the table, ganon. Tsaka yung something na would actually elevate that creative experience na you have. Parang ganon. So, but a little bit of balance of both talaga. You can be as creative as you want. Pag voluntary you can be as creative as you want. Pero kapag, syempre, may client, medyo to-tone down mo siya a bit unless bibigyan ka ni client ng creative freedom too. What else, aside from the pegs, what else can I do? Parang ganon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in that line, there always will be challenges, failures, and lessons in this. Now we'll move on to probably one of the saddest parts of being a freelance photographer, which is usually mga challenges, failures, and lessons you learned as being one.
Mm-mm.
So, what has been the hardest part of being a freelance photographer that most people might not expect?
Okay, I think, ito. They do say talaga na connections do matter and they do matter. It's not just putting yourself out there na parang marketing wise, ganon. It's not just that. Parang connections do matter kasi those are the people na you would chat and then you would say, hey, do you need this? Do you need that? Let me know if you need a backup photographer so I can be your backup, kumbaga, ganon. Tsaka, ano ba? Challenge part no ng freelance photographer. Tama? Challenge part. So parang, aside from that also is, I think yung hindi i-expect is the connections one. Ganon.
Mhm.
Pero another challenge would be something about getting clients that are actually great. Ganon.
Mm.
Kasi there's this thing na, so most Filipinos, ang thinking kasi nila is, talent fee is your rate as a photographer. Na
Mhm.
there's this ano kasi, 'di ba ang daming mga photo studio ganyan, tapos sipin mo ang debut nila, mga event packages nila, umabot ng let's say 20,000 minsan 20
Mm.
above. Yun na yung alam ko naabutan ko yun. Nag-debut pa naman ako dati. So parang ganun yung rate nung sa nakuha namin. Wala pang pre-debut shoot yun Like it's just the event talaga. So parang I think that's where some Filipinos or the Filipino clients, they lack the understanding na talent fee means this is how much you would pay a shooter inside the firm or the studio that you work with. But the rate, it really differs. You can't say na ang budget ko po is 3.5 but I need pre-debut shoot and also a debut shoot. You can't say that kasi those
Yeah.
are like two different days, di ba?
Oh.
Parang yun yung pinakamahirap ipaintindi also sa kanila. Kaya ka mawawalan ng kliyente. Ang problema naman, there are other people who would like, ano naman, okay lang sa akin kasi beginner pa lang ako, ganyan. Pero kasi once na you bite into that, the other people would think na it's okay. It's not okay. Kasi isipin mo, one-man team ka for the pre-debut shoot. Wala man lang maghahawak ng reflector mo, magse-set up ng ilaw mo. Parang ganun
Mm.
eh. I mean, I've never been into I've never shot a pre-debut one pa. Parang puro debut events talaga ang na-shoot ko. Birthday debut, ganyan. Pero as someone na one-man team, ang hirap niya, mahirap siya.
It's hard.
Naranasan ko na rin yan eh. May mga 2-3 akong talent fee na nakuha, ganon. Pero kasi, it's a friend. So, alam kong hindi ako gugutumin, hindi ako lolokohin, ganon. Walang gagawin na anything. So, parang pumayag lang din ako kasi, kaklose ko naman, ganon, kumbaga. So, payag ako dun. Pero I also had friends who are like, how much ba talaga yung rate mo? They would really pay you that. Parang ganon. So, ayun, I think, yung mahirap in the freelance world na making your clients understand how much it is and how hard it is to actually shoot.
That's true.
Yeah. I've had a friend na photographer din na naranasan niya yan. Ang umangal sa kanya, this is ano yung tawag doon? Prenup shoot.
Prenup, yeah.
So, naningil, syempre, yung friend ko. And then, ang umaangal doon sa shots ay yung parang lola ata, either the lola or the mom nung bride. Tapos parang ang sabi ng friend ko, okay, babalik ko sa'yo lahat. You just shoot. Parang ginanon niya. Parang it's the first time na I saw my friend na do that. Kasi na-offend siya kasi parang ninasabi, pangit daw. And I'm like, what? What is happening? Like, that's not even edited. I don't know how much they paid for it. So parang, it's really, really hard to make those people understand na photography is not just point shoot. Kaya dapat mababa yung bayad. Kaya dapat iba siya. So I think that's one of the hardest part then.
Oh, that's my big pet peeve as I started to appreciate the art form more. Na people just don't understand na it's much more complicated than just shooting. What I think what clients need talaga is just like to be educated on what is really the reality of the hard work that photographers have to go through, because especially nowadays that since cell phones are kind of a thing and people can just take pictures easily, they'll never understand that photography is still an art form that has to be appreciated, and also that the photographer that you're trying to talk to is also is also a human, you know.
Yeah.
They're not like robots or AI that can do these kind of prompts for you. And also they have to also learn then like what you said, the debut, pre-debut or prenup, whatever, that kind of stuff. It's counted as 3 different shoots. It's not one.
Yeah.
So if you were like a wedding photographer, I think I don't know, because I've never experienced wedding photography. Like there should be also different prices for, like, if you want to take the event photo at the actual church itself when the vows are made, that's going to be that. But if you also have to take photos of like the after party, you should be charged extra for that, because you don't know where the after party is going to be. It could be somewhere that's not near the church, so that's going to be a hassle.
Yeah.
So that's why we're making this podcast and this project, is to not just give advice to beginner freelancers, but to also let clients or like casuals to understand what's the reality of this and how it's affecting our ecosystem of freelancers.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. The hard part lang din talaga. It's really hard to get them to understand.
True.
Yeah.
Now, was there ever a specific shoot that ever challenged you? Like whether it's due to difficult clients, how low the pay was, financial stress, or other issues? And also feel free to mention what happened during yung pandemic era when you were, did you ever work as a freelance photographer during the pandemic era?
Okay, lang. It's yes, pero nung time lang nung parang binyag. Ano na yun eh, parang medyo na siya, patanggal na yung pandemic, kumbaga. Parang hindi na siya sobrang as strict as before.
I see.
2022 ata yun.
Okay, yeah, it didn't get stricter, but we still had to wear masks.
We still had to wear masks. Okay naman yung era na yun, once lang naman ako nag-work. Pero I think yun din yung time kasi na I really had to wear masks also while working. doon sa client ko ng nowhere. Tapos, challenge. I think one of the challenges that I have, ano kasi ako masyado mabait. So, bawa, I had this, sabi ko na yung rate ko kasi I mean, it's in public naman.
Yeah.
Yung rate ko for the sublime was like 1.5 for 30 minutes.
Mm.
Tapos the barkada was like 3 for 30 minutes also. Oh, I figured out the hard way. Yung sa barkada is like, okay, hindi siya kaya ng 30 minutes kasi you have to arrange the people. And I've realized that I actually do need people to help me out. So first time ko kasing magbarkada shoot nun. So parang difficult siya in a way na nakakain yung oras ko. So abawa, I have a barkada shoot before ng isa ko pang client. So ang mahirap siya kasi I have to tell my other client na, oh my God, wait lang, parang hindi pa kami matatapos, ganun. Kasi it's a limit of like what, 10 to 15 photos ng barkada shoot. Tapos, meron pang tig-2 na individual. So what if 10 sila, ganun? So I'm like, I didn't take that into account. So I think that was one of the hardest part na i-revamp ko din. So hopefully this Christmas na kasi I'm not too busy na this Christmas. But yeah, so parang I think that was one of the challenges. Ang dami ko ring nawala ng mga client because nga they couldn't believe na I can do like 30 minutes of that in like for 3,000 ganon. And some clients nga, syempre students to eh. So parang namamahalan pa sila na parang ganon. Pero kasi for me, hati-hati naman sila dapat doon nung mga barkada nila. So parang hindi ko na rin kayang babaan. Pero hindi ko rin ako magtataas masyado next year. Pero alam mo yun, parang ang hirap din kasi nga, kailangan sabayan mo nga yung inflation kasi hindi ko na mapapakain ng 1.5 sadly.
It's harder now when inflation is happening.
Yeah.
You'll have no choice but to increase the price, which is more understandable to why one of the few understandable reasons why someone needs to raise the prices. Because again, the economy is rough right now.
Yeah, it is rough. So rough talaga. It's actually hardworking na freelance ka, tas the economy is just like this. So, parang isipin mo, magdi-dinner ka, magla-lunch ka outside, magkano na agad yun? Parang if yung 1.5 ko, parang 500 agad dun, wala na. Mga ganun, di ba? Tapos may commute pa ako.
Expensive.
Yeah. I usually don't charge kasi if diliman nga. Kasi nga, it's like a thank you to the graduates also. So parang ganun. Pero I think yun yung hardest part nga. Nung nag-set ako ng rates for that. Kasi it really lost some clients. Kasi nga, parang too good to be true. Totoo naman. I'm just a one-man army doing all of that. So parang, yeah, medyo mahirap nga siya. So parang something, I think yun yung memorable na something that needs to be changed, ganon. So, yeah, sa time lang naman ako nagka-problema.
Yeah. So, how do you handle, mga rejection, criticisms, or difficult feedback from clients, especially those that are very toxic?
Syempre, thank you na lang din ako, ganun. Like, sometimes kasi hindi na sila nagre-reject eh. Ginugawas na lang nila ako. I mean, okay lang naman sa akin. Though I do prefer na, actually not gonna lie, I do prefer na ma-reject. Kasi it's a solid no. Like, I could put that in a calendar na, okay, this client just rejected me, so I'm free for this one. Sometimes kasi, yun din, pagkakamali ko din yun. Pinapencil book ko kaagad sila. Di na, siya, it should be first come, first serve na talaga. Sabi ko, mabait pa ako sa lagay na to. Mabait ako nung last year. Actually, kahit nga minsan, nakasa kontrata namin na pag na-late, may bayad. Hindi ko na rin pinapabayad eh. Kasi nga, first time ko magkaroon ng ganong karaming clients. So parang, for me, okay lang, sige. Parang learning process talaga siya. Ang hirap niya. Ang hirap doon sa time. Kasi of course, yung pagod mo din, let's say you have 4 to 6 clients in one day. It's really hard. Parang, mapapagod ka talaga. It has to be compensated. Everyone should remember that, na it really has to be compensated. So pag nakalagay sa kontrata na may ganitong late fee, please sa mga client ay please magbayad na lang kayo. Minsan kasi masyadong siya yung photographer no?
Yeah.
Oo, magbayad na lang kayo guys. Mabait naman yung photographer. Ni-extend naman yung oras ng konti. So parang, just the late fee, it's like what, 400 lang ata yung singil ko doon. So parang, ayun lang. I think ang sa rejections, wala, ganun talaga eh. It's the mindset na, marireject ka talaga. But the ghost part, that's where it frustrates me kasi nga nagpe-pencil book ako. I shouldn't do that. It's on me na. Parang ganon. Pero
Mm.
also, reminder din to the clients na there are some photographers who would prefer na you say, okay, that's okay. Sorry, we found another photographer. It's okay. You know what? That's okay. Kasi at
That's
least
fine.
you don't leave those photographers in the dark. Mahirap man
True.
you leave them in the dark. It's not gonna ano eh. It's really not good. It doesn't look professional also on the client's end. Sorry
Oh,
po, pero yeah, ganun siya. Ganun talaga siya. Yeah.
yeah. So there are times where in a photographer's time frame, there are obviously going to be slower seasons. Like example, there's this time period where it's going to be election time, and you need to have your photo taken for your ID. So of course, in a photo studio like yung mga ID places, there's going to be a lot of people taking pictures. But then once that happens, a few weeks later, it's going to be back to zero. Like no clients, but some clients. So when you ever have those kind of slower seasons or tough times, how do you stay motivated and inspired even when you know that I don't have clients at this time?
Actually, what I do is, um, well, hindi ko pa siya super, super duper na ano talaga tuloy-tuloy na nagagawa. Pero sometimes, nag-email ako. Nagko-cold emails ako. Para just in case lang. So may time din kasi nung election na dito sa amin, na hire ako dati. Pero actually I quit din kasi um iba kasi yung nangyari. Medyo na away kasi ako and I'm like, I don't like na ganun ako.
Yeah,
Yeah, kasi
let's not get too deep to politics.
let's not get too deep there. Pero nung election time, may mga ganyan na parang, oh, okay, may mga free, parang, nag-hire sila ng freelancers, part-time, ganyan. So you can just actually, um, if you as a photographer, if you don't mind that one, like, I
Mhm.
think, if you don't mind the politics dyan, and if you want to earn something lang na in season, go cold call, cold email politicians if they need one. Kasi I do know some people na from, may iba nga parang sino ba to? Si Alfred Vargas ata yung kliyente. And I'm like, wow, damn, ang ano na niya, taas
Dang.
na niya, ganun, oo. So parang, alam mo yun, uh, parang don't be afraid to cold call, ganyan. Kung
Mm.
hindi, I think that's the best time to like recuperate and rethink if you have the time, and money actually. If
True.
not, hanap ka talaga ng trabaho within those part-time man yan, BPO man
Mm.
yan. Kayo na bahala, parang ganun. Kasi may time din na ganyan naghahanap din ako BPO. Pero kasi, yun nga, dumating naman yung opportunity. So parang hindi na ako nagganon. So, yun lang yung ma-advise ko, I think. Cold
True.
call, cold email, ganyan. Something that would give you a little money, pero kung mag-volunteer ka, make sure na yung volunteeran mo ay something big na would connect
Mm.
you to people. That's the best
True.
way. Oh, that's the best way to,
That is the
like,
best.
yeah. It's gonna
I mean,
make your day.
word of mouth doesn't fail, right?
Whoa, it doesn't fail. Yeah, it doesn't fail at all.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it worries me na what if word to mouth doesn't work anymore because social media is up here. But I still have faith naman that word of mouth can work as long as you know how to talk to your clients well.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Like, meron ako mga recurring client also dati na, bawa, doon sa Sablay season, yung sa 30 clients na yon, meron ako isang recurring na, parang sabi niya, I want something na may solo ko tsaka yung kasama ko yung thesis partner ko. So I'm like, okay, sure, game, ganon. So
Alright.
parang ganon lang talaga siya. Like, word of mouth, yung sa publicity mo, how you would look, ganon.
And this whole thing doesn't just apply to like what I said, the example I said kanina. It can also apply to events then because it's going to be Christmas and there's going to be lots of other Christmas events. So it's going to be very hot for mga videographers and photographers. But once January hits, I don't know if there's anything special that's happening in January. I forgot. But sometimes there's those seasons where there's not that much holidays happening or special stuff that's going to happen. So you really need to start contacting more people to
Yeah.
you want to get hired and all that. So it's understandable. So I'm really praying for those to find lots of opportunities then.
Yeah.
It's not hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Okay, so has this year 2025? So yeah, it's good that the year's about to end. So looking throughout the whole year before 2026 comes up, has it been good or challenging for you professionally 2025? And have there been any, if you've noticed, if you've noticed any recent trends or issues that are affecting freelance photographers now? So I'll start with the first question. Has it been challenging or good 2025 in your career?
It has been good. It has been good. It has been great even kasi I landed two clients. So
That's
parang
great.
two clients, tas itong event client ko na friend ko way back in high school. So parang alam mo yon, it's good na some people remember me na nagpo-photo talaga, and it's good na na-discover ako, parang ganon. So it's really good, it's great. But it is challenging also kasi what happens after those? Yun yung always is, that's always what you would want to think kasi as a freelance photographer. Parang okay, anong mangyayari if tapos na yung basketball? Anong mangyayari if tapos na yung events? Ganyan. Anong mangyayari if tapos na yung football? What's next for me? Parang ganun yung ano. So parang
Oh yeah.
there's still a worry na ganun eh. So parang I think that's a challenge talaga on how you put yourself out there. Ganun ulit. It's really like that eh. And how would you connect with other people also? Kasi
Hmm.
andyan ka na eh. Yung opportunity mo is nagfi-freelance photog ka na, may mga client ka na. So paano ka makakakuha ng iba pang tao? Paano mo ma-offer pa yung sarili mo? How will you achieve something even more? More than those clients na you have. Parang ganun siya.
That's true.
So, yeah. Mm-mm.
So it doesn't hurt to always think about the future, and if you can find a way to strike
Yeah.
bigger gold than the one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if the money is still good, then it's good. If it's bigger, it's better.
It's better, yeah. Ganun talaga.
The bigger the money, the better. But just think if it's a shoot that you can handle, because I heard of cases where this photographer has been given big money, but it turns out that the shoot that they're doing is not in their capacity. So, I mean, sayang, because it's a big opportunity. So,
Yeah.
is it worth risking it even though it's not part of your strength, or would you still go for it anyways?
I think, ako kasi, especially if may equipment na hinahanap, and also if, let's say, wedding yung opportunity, I would not dive in na ako lang. I would actually look and set up a team for it syempre with in mind mo na sino yung mag-edit, sino yung SDE mo, ano yung logistics niyan, kasi dapat alam mo na din yan. Parang
True.
kumbaga ganon, di ba? So parang, I would actually love to dive into wedding. Hindi lang ako nakukuha kasi sa wedding kasi nga, wala akong experience. I don't have experience also. Puro debut lang din yung ano ko. Kasi hindi rin kasi ako naka-Sony. I mean, usually kasi people would look for Sony. Yeah, sa
Sony?
wedding.
Wait, so they still judge on like what camera brand you use?
I think it's more of they wanted consistent sa edits. So parang
Consistent.
yeah, parang gets ko naman sila. But I'm like, oh, my Fujifilm. Ganun talaga.
Really? I mean, I've asked a few photographers this random question in between interview just to make it more fun. Like, what is your camera brand? Do you prefer, are you on team Canon or Sony? And the most common answer, I'd say, whatever takes a picture, then I'll go for it.
Yeah.
They point out their strengths, but what's important to them is if it shoots, it's
shoots.
good.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So I was a Fuji user ako since day one. So someone let me borrow Fuji X-E3 and then I never went back to Canon or back to whatever ganyan. So parang talaga Fuji talaga ako. It's a bit hard lang to get wedding clients kasi nga Sony. Kasi nga it's the same consistency sa edit. Iba-iba kasi yan per color, may sakit-sakit kasi yung mga yan eh. Parang gano'n. Bawa sa Fuji, purple usually yung tint. So you have to adjust the greens pa. Parang gano'n. Pag wedding kasi they use some presets na from the weddings before, gano'n. So parang alam mo yon. So
I guess it's because they want the photos ASAP, I guess. That's what I'm judging. Because of the presets ng Sony.
So parang kung they want it ASAP, they already know how to edit it. So parang they would
want the
actually,
raw photos already.
Yeah, they want it na Sony to Sony. Parang ganun na siya. So ayun. Hirap lang maghanap ng wedding. Dati may civil wedding, pero kasi hindi na naibigay sa akin. So, alam mo parang syempre, normal party naman yan ng sa pag-photo. So, ayun.
Yeah, that's another pet peeve of mine when it comes to clients is they still look at the brand of your camera, especially with what you revealed to me in weddings. Because I actually was genuinely shocked. Na Sony, only
Yeah,
Sony.
there are
They want
some
to stick to
naman na
that.
there are some naman na who's like they want any camera ganyan. Pero there most of the time when you look at it, parang preferred nila is Sony, preferred nila ay ganito. So may camera preference yan. Actually, once or twice na nakakita ng Fuji. Kasi I'm assuming then also they want the colors of Fuji. Kasi nga maganda yung kulay ng Fuji eh. So they
Mm.
don't have to actually pay for the editing. They can just like, can you just give me the JPEG files? Oh, okay, sige, sure, whatever, diba? Parang
Yeah, I
ganun
wouldn't
siya.
argue naman. Fujifilm has good colors, but
Yeah, it has.
but as a practice, I wouldn't want to give the raw photos to the clients.
I don't.
I want to tweak it just to
Yeah.
impress them, to give it pizzazz, to show
Yeah.
that this is my niche, this is what you'll get out of me if you
Yes.
look at my portfolio,
Mm-mm.
which is one advice that I'm giving to this whole project, not just for the podcast, but to also another project that we're doing is
Mm-mm.
that clients should understand that if that the niche has to resonate with them. If you see this person and it resonates with you, go for them. Don't try to force a different photographer to try to break out of their comfort niche.
Yeah, that's actually true. Mm-mm.
So yeah, unless there's like some kind of error in the photo, like a dead spot that you have to ask them to remove, don't force them to like not use the niche that they're used to.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's true. That's real. And
True.
actually, about the raw files, sometimes, hindi naman sometimes, pero most, parang I made it a, ano na rin na, I charge, when they want, if you guys want the raw files, I'll give you the raw files, but I will actually charge you for that. Talagang may charge siya. Kasi raw files are really different. They're bigger, they're more, mas ma-edit mo na kasi on your own. So parang, you want these raw files, I'll charge. So, yun din, I guess advice for the other photographers, never give your raw files for free kasi nga, of course,
Yeah.
dapat sa'yo yan eh, in the first place. But if your client really wants it, and ibigay mo, but of course, not free of charge. Ganun lang talaga.
Yeah. Don't try to be sorry for my language. Don't be a sucker to your client. Try to be firm. Try to be
Yeah.
assertive with them, especially if they're trying to ask for raw files. Hey, if you want my raw file, you have to pay this fee because I'm
Yeah.
giving you the creative freedom to do it.
That's true. Like the boundaries talaga. It's really important.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Boundaries are important because
Boundaries
again,
are
you're still human. You have
Yeah.
to establish that you have a boundary when it comes to this because it's unfair if they're gonna edit it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So the follow-up question, any recent trends or issues that you're seeing that's happening in the freelance community in photography?
Yeah, a lot. A lot in Facebook actually. Yung ano nga, it's the talent fee versus the rates. Like a lot, really a lot of people. I think that's the biggest issue. Yeah, that's the biggest issue for the whole photo community is that parang bakit ganon? Parang di talaga maintindihan ng iba na this is not just point and shoot. Tapos the way that they just saw the TF, which is the talent fee, and it's really mababa, is like, I mean, for me hindi naman siya yung mababa in a way na, ay, mababa mo ng 4-5. Mataas na yun as a talent fee. Kasi naranasan ko nang mag 3K ata na talent fee for a debut eh. Parang ganun, di ba? So parang, hindi naman siya mababa. Pero kasi when Filipinos, gets ko naman kasi inflation. When other Filipinos look at it na, uy, ganito lang pala pag mag-hire tayo photographer, pwede na. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Parang hindi siya, iba talaga siya. Like, I would actually say it to these clients na parang, it's really different kasi you adjust a lot of things eh. And it's not just the point and shoot, it's the time na I get there. Bawa, 1 hour pala yung biyahe ko papunta, 1 hour din yung pauwi ko, ganun. So parang, I would also charge for that. Kasi, syempre, pagod yun. Tapos, wala akong same day editor. So ako din
True.
nag-edit. So parang ako, mag-charge din ako ng edit fee ko, kasama na din dun sa rate na yun. So madami talaga siyang factors na it won't result into 4-5. Parang never pa akong nakakuha ng event ng solo ko na 4-5 lang. Ganon. Like, kahit yung sa tita ko from before, hindi siya 4-5 eh. medyo mataas pa ng konti. So I have never gotten events that are so low paying. Kasi, ayun nga, parang they do understand na it's not talent fee, it's the rate na I have. So, syempre, follow dun sa rate na meron ako. So, if hindi talaga kaya, yes, you look for other photographers, but you don't also expect to get the same work. That's one thing eh. I have seen a lot in Facebook na ganon na parang they complain na hindi daw maganda, overexposed daw, na-corrupt daw yung files, ganyan. And I'm like, that's because you get what you paid for. Parang ganon siya. Like, I'm not saying the other photographer, yung hindi ako nagda-down ng other photographers, pero kasi may kapasidad naman ang bawat isa talaga. So, kung kinuha yan ng photographer, malamang nagtatry din yan. Kasi may nakita din ako recently, may nakita ako sa Facebook na parang may kinuha siyang mga event na akala niya okay na yung 2.5 ata TF niya, 1.5 din. So parang, ang nangyari, nag-rent lang pala siya ng camera. Parang ganun. Nakita ko yun eh. I don't remember the whole story na kasi I passed by it this morning lang. Pero nakita ko yun. And I'm like, yun talaga magiging problem kapag naghahanap ka ng lower than the definite price range of what you're looking for. Tas especially if they want to try, parang, ayun, ako, hindi ko alam ko anong may advice ko doon sa iba na gusto mag-try tas paid agad. Kasi ako din, kahit ako personally, hindi din ako nabayaran nung nag-volunteer ako. Well, nabayaran ako once, pero after kasi nun, dumami niya pool of photographers. So, syempre, ang naging usapan na lang is reimbursement na lang of the food, transpo, which is actually good. Kasi nga, at least, diba, yung kahit na pagod ka, yung food mo, hindi mo pinoblema, yung trans mo, hindi mo rin pinoblema. Minsan nga, hinahatid pa kami sa sakayan namin. So, parang all goods na yun. So, parang ganun. I don't know how to give advice into sa other people na who would want to learn parang have this experience pero bayad sila. Kasi ang naranasan ko nga, debut lang once, tapos malaki-laki din yung talent fee kasi ka-org ko din to. Tapos, ayun, it's bigger nga than what I anticipated. Kasi sabi ko, oh my God, parang one of my first times yun na magde-debut ako na photography. So parang, ayun. Tapos siguro second one na nakikita ko problem. This is in sports related. I usually tell this nasabi ko rin to sa mga other friends ko. I think medyo male-dominated ang photographers in sports industry. I mean, mukha lalaki. Yeah, mukha lalaki. Pero kasi, parang ganun siya. No offense naman sa mga nakakatrabaho ko. I mean, sa current mga work ko. Pero, napansin ko, in volleyball, basketball, ganon, in the sports na medyo sikat, andun lahat, medyo male-dominated. And then, dito sa football, mas parang siguro 50-50 kaming women photographers, kumbaga, sa football naman. So parang ganon. May ganon kasi, pero ngayon naman, nag-improve na sila. But dung last year ko, kaya din ako nag-decide to go corpo kasi I was like, I don't even, kahit na medyo hindi ko na-put myself, yung sarili ko out there, parang nakita ko na parang okay, medyo hindi ko alam matatanggap ako kasi nga confusing ako, ganon. I mean, confusing. I'm a woman, but you know, parang mahirap siya. I don't know why ganon eh. Pero slightly male-dominated. Ganon,
I don't know why. I don't know why either. Even in photography, I don't get why there's a split division of like that the gender matters at all.
Yeah.
I don't get it because photography is for everyone.
It is for everyone.
Doesn't matter if you're male, female, or any other gender.
Yeah,
as long as it's something that you're capable of to do, then it's fine.
Yeah. So, ayun, I think those are the two problems ng mga IC talaga. Kaya ang hirap mag-work ng Pero ngayon naman okay na ako eh kasi everything's fine in sports na. Baka ko lang yon. I might be overthinking it maybe. I don't know eh. Pero I had that thought like a year ago kasi nga I didn't get what I wanted. Syempre, I wanted sports nga. Kasi I love sports. I did recently discovered that. So parang I want sana. Kaso, nung time na yun, parang di ako pinapansin. Ganun. So parang I was like, maybe it's a bit male-dominated. But I'm just actually glad to see more female photographers inside. Like, nung napunta ako sa PFL, and then recently this season nga sa UAP, Parang, ayun. I think yun lang. Parang happy ako na dumadami na kami. It doesn't matter nga talaga if anong gender mo man. But I'm happy lang na marami na kami doon inside. And really, it doesn't matter. Talent mo yan eh. Parang ganon. The gender
true.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we've gone through all the trials and tribulations. Now let's focus now first on like your future vision as a freelance photographer. So in the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see yourself going into this freelance photography career? Do you still see yourself continuing sports photography, or will you try to go into different kind of avenues?
I think hopefully kahit 5 years maging pro na sports photographer, because I'm already in here. This is it na nakapasok na ako sa pagkuha ko ng clients ganyan ng sa sports. So I think okay naman siya. Like I do see myself na flexible naman, pero talaga mainly nasa niche ako ng sports. So parang in mga 5 years time, sana maraming client or at least something that would feed me and my PC, ganon. Charot. Pero, or something that would feed me and of course yung the equipment na I have, ma-upgrade ko, ganon. So hopefully ganon in 5 years. But I do plan on actually studying again sa LiveSci. So parang I'll see pa where it goes. Pero that's the near future na nakikita ko. I want to study again. Pero not now kasi nag-iipon din ako. Ipon for the equipment, ipon for, well, if I'm gonna study again, I need that.
Yeah.
Kailangan yun.
Focus first on the money, because education is it can be expensive.
It is expensive, yeah.
True.
So,
It hurts my heart.
Yeah. Grabe
Pero
mahal ng tuition.
I'm glad that I'm a scholar, and it's starting to get cheaper as the subjects start to become less and lesser na.
Oo nga. That's good.
So yeah, hopefully I'm hoping then you can be able to study again, to check out the other avenues that you're going to explore.
Yeah, become a librarian or something like that.
Yeah. So do you have plans to explore other creative paths, or like actually, what is like the dream client that you want to work for? Is there any client or organization in particular that you've always dreamed of working for? Like I can predict that you might say, I want my client to be the NBA, because that's the biggest basketball league out there. So yeah, ikaw, is it one of your biggest, or is there any other big clients that you want to work for?
I think Philippine volleyball. Kasi yeah, I want sana. Pero kasi I haven't talked to my girlies yet. Meron kasi ang dami kong mga close friends kasi sa volleyball women's. So parang well, mostly UP of course. Pero may mga close friends kasi ako. I want to work sana kahit in a team man lang. Like alam mo yun, parang doesn't matter if media manager, I want to work there, not gonna lie. Kasi parang fun. It's fun actually. I've talked to like sila Nika Celis, ganon. So parang, yeah, they're my friends. Tapos parang, wala, gusto ko lang. Pero kasi, hindi pa ako makabuelo kasi nga, medyo busy pa sila. So parang, ayun. But I really want to work sa PVL. PBA dati. Pero kasi, parang, sige parang pili ko madami ng photographers doon, especially sa teams. So parang, I'm like, maybe I can work ng PVL naman. So, just in case na si PFL ko hindi na rin tumuloy, sana tumuloy kasi love ko naman sila. I'm down to work with them again naman. Pero if, halimbawa, wala na akong PFL and then si PVL mag-open up ng opportunity, I think I would love to work sa PVL naman. Parang gusto ko explore lang. Masaya siya. Kasi na-train ko naman na din sarili ko nung nasa nowhere to go but up din ako. Well, until now naman nandun ako. But, alam mo yun, parang na-train ko na rin sarili ko sa iba't ibang sports. So parang I think I would actually love PVL. Bago tayo mag-dream big ng NBA or WNBA, whatever. Basta, the international stint, not gonna lie, talagang kahit anong international stint, football man yan, NBA, WNBA, whatever, or yung mga parang men's volleyball nila, yung pinakasikat, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi pinakasikat ang men's volleyball sa ibang bansa. Tapos baliktad sa atin, parang ganun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, pinasikat yun.
I only knew that because of the regular show movie, because men's volleyball in the cartoon regular show, it's a thing. It's a plot point there.
Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Pero,
I think.
yeah. Also, would you? How about WWE? How about that?
Oh my god, I like not gonna lie, boxing. Oh yeah, boxing, even
Oh,
boxing.
wrestling,
Pwede
boxing,
naman.
mga
Wrestling,
fighting
boxing.
sports.
Yeah, kasi nakapag-shoot na ako ng karate. Like
Oh,
karate, taekwondo. There. Nakapag-shoot na
yes.
ako taekwondo. Tapos, parang ano siya, it was really fun. It's really fun. Judo na lang ang hindi ko na-shoot kasi laging nasasabayan ng basketball. Pero once
Aw.
na matry ko mag-shoot din ng judo at nasasahan ko yon, my God, I want to. I want to try it. Like, grabe. It's gonna be so fun. Pero feel ko nasa taas yun. Tapos malaking lente, ganun. Kasi ganun din sa
Mhm.
NBA, ang daming lenses, right? Sa taas. Also. One
Oh, that's
photographer
true.
controls it. Yeah. So yun. I do think na ganun siya. Yeah.
Speaking of like of that, there's like lots of lenses on the top, bottom, and the middle ground. Where do you usually like to prefer taking your photos? Do you want to be sa court side or sa may audience, or at the roof to take mga bird's eye view shots or whatever, yung mga upper shots? Which is your preference?
Okay. It depends when I'm bored. Like, okay, sometimes kasi, ito dito sa Nowhere to Go, I do get a bit bored. No? I'm always in the patron side or sa gilid ng patron. So I'm gonna be like, I want something na lower box naman. Dati nag-shoot na din akong overhead. Pero kasi it doesn't work on my lens pag hindi ko na pinapalitan. So parang, okay, I will just choose lower box. So parang, actually fun siya. Fun yung mag-try ng different angles. Tapos fun din ko, halimbawa, not just the team you're shooting, mag-shoot ka dito sa kabilang team. For the fancies lang, ganon, kumbaga.
Yeah.
Pero I think it's minsan gusto ko, doon ako sa, di ba may courtside mismo doon?
Yeah.
May courtside. Doon kasi usually yung photographers. Pero kasi na-figure out ko na, ang hirap niya, especially dahil maliit ako. I can't do this. I can't sit down on the chair because someone might smack me in the head kasi, oy, nakaharang ka. May ganun. Patron kasi, di ba? So parang,
Yeah.
okay, I can't do that. So parang, most of the time, nasa gilid ako ng patron seats. Tapos pag okay, parang gusto ko mag-try ng different angle. Paakit akong lower box. Talagang inaakit ko yung lower box. Yeah, yun nga. Depends when I'm bored. Ganon. It's that
Yeah.
one.
I had that kind of experience then, but not an official sports event. No, it's more of like, I had this elective called events photography. Now, one of our activities is we have to try to take photos of the Benilde team, basketball team, while they're practicing, and we had the freedom of choosing where to stay. You can choose either to stay as a court or on the upper deck, and we were given the freedom, so we weren't restricted to where to go. But boy, how sweaty it was, because I had to keep going up and down just to see, is this
What
division?
angle is, yeah.
Which, yeah, I was lucky that we were allowed to do that. But yeah, of course, you're not allowed to go too near to the players. 'Cause
players.
But you are allowed to do it only during the huddles and all that. Because I want to capture the moment where they're like putting their hands on in the middle, doing a prayer, ganun. Because I wanted to find a moment that captured teamwork and wholesomeness, because it's a game. You should treat it as like a game and not something that's taken too seriously. I mean, take it seriously for if
the
it's
championship
career and championship ganun. But it's all about teamwork. So treat your fellow teammates as brothers or sisters, whatever.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah. Actually, have you ever experienced a different kind of sport? I don't know if this is considered a sport, pero marathon, like yung mga runners, people running. Yeah.
The yung mga recent, 'di ba, yung nagkaroon ng mga fun run, ganon.
Mga fun runs, yes.
Yeah, the fun runs. Like twice, thrice na ata. May one na yung my org, they gave this to me, na paid na gig. Tapos there's the other one is like Red Cross kasi, so I'm like org din ng jowa ko. So I'm like, okay, sige. I'll shoot for free, okay lang. Kasi I need the portfolio also for it. So parang I'm G naman. And then they gave me a lot of Jabby burgers after. Like, okay,
yay,
I'm free food and free coffee also. I'm like, yes, okay.
Coffee.
I was like, yeah. So I think may mga fun run na rin akong shoot. Twice lang pala, twice.
I've only done one once because it was a requirement to pass the course. I needed to find a sports event to cover. And I asked my professor, can fun runs count? And he said, yeah, as long as there's like fast movement. So I got lucky to go to one. It was in Ayala Triangle. I think it was a superhero themed fun run.
Okay,
But
okay.
here's the problem. Because my lenses, I only had one lens that can only have 1.8 aperture, which is a 15 mil. So the challenging part was trying to be creative and how to capture capture a big event like this in 50 mil. Because usually you'd
Yeah.
get like a long lens
Yeah.
in order to get them. Pero because of that challenge, I had to find ways to be creative. So luckily, I had some creative ways to get there. Like this rule of like a picture that has like something that's standing out. There was literally a guy that dressed up as Spider-Man during the run,
Whoa.
and he ran in his Spider-Man outfit. So he was just there blending in with the crowd. And because he's a standout, I was like, okay, I'll take this picture
Yeah.
it looks very creative. And then I also tried in the lower shutter speed thing where
Oh yeah, it's blurred. Yeah.
I tried it, and then actually a few people actually waved and said like, "Hi." A foreigner. The happiest one was a foreigner. He was like
Wow.
like that. So I was so happy to get that shot.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
adding that to my portfolio. But yeah, I need to start investing in long lenses that can handle like 1.8 or 2.8 aperture because you never know if you're gonna shoot at this at night. Because you know how early I had to get up. I had to get up at like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah, because
3
it's like
a.m. to
5,
get there.
right? Yung start.
Oh, I had
Mga
to wake
ganun.
up at 3, eat breakfast, then
Mm-mm.
go with my parents to get there because they're also participants.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mostly my dad, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
All right. So we're down onto the last few bits here of the podcast. So looking back, what do you wish you had known when you were just starting out?
Well, it ain't always easy, ganon, kumbaga. Like,
Never easy.
it's never easy. Tsaka, it's not just really about the talent. A lot of people tell me na talented daw ako, skilled, kumbaga. Pero kasi, what's talent and skill if you don't put yourself out there, eh, di ba? Parang, nasasayang siya. Ano nga, sabi ko, mahihain pa ako nung times na yun. Kasi feeling ko, it's not enough, gano, or I'm not gonna even work like this. Well, look at me now. I don't know bakit ko naisip yun, pero I should have trusted myself more. Talaga. Kasi, it's also a matter of, yung sa emotions mo. Tapos, sa decisions mo also in life. Ako, nagpahinga ako kasi ng 3 months, ganon. Nung graduate ako, bago ako nag-apply sa mga corpo job. Tapos yun nga, it didn't work. It didn't really work out for me. So 1 month nga lang, 1 month and a half lang, di ba? So parang, ayun. Tapos mas naging successful pa ako and happy. Actually, I'm happier na nag-work ako as a photographer kasi as an extrovert also, I get to interact with lots of people. So, I get to interact with players, crowds, ganyan.
That's
Fellow
awesome.
photographers, di ba? Yeah.
It helps build referrals.
It helps build the referrals, ganyan. It helps you have more friends also na in the industry. Ano ba yun? Parang, bawa, uy, magbi-BTS kami. Gusto mo ba sumama na behind the scenes, ganyan. Oh, but
Yeah.
also say yes, di ba? I'm down to that, trying those things. So
I
parang,
think you can
yun.
also bring bragging points to your friends na, look, my best friend here, it's let's say Coco Martin, he's my client for photography.
Right?
He calls me
Mhm.
every day. So you can use that as bragging points, but don't just be humble. Don't do it. too much.
Yeah.
Pero at least
masaya
it gives
siyang
you
ganun.
it gives you a sense of like achievement na you're
Mhm.
this photographer and you get to have a contact or be a personal photographer for Coco Martin.
Right.
That's something that you're gonna cherish forever, right?
Right. Like, just like how this motorcade, ano naman siya, more of, nakausap ko si Wilma Doesn't. And talagang nandun ako sa live niya. I promise, andun ako. And she was like teasing me na hindi kasi ako makaakyat dun sa motorcade mismo. Because she
Yeah.
was calling me long-legged photographer, which is not true kasi I'm small. So parang
What?
nangaasar siya, ganon. Naasar niya ako nung time na yon. Pero it's really fun working with people talaga. Pero yun nga, if it were me like years ago, I would tell myself talaga, trust yourself kasi walang ibang gagawa niyan kundi ikaw.
True.
Mm-mm.
Now, for the last question here, na. So,
Okay.
so what advice would you give to someone who's just beginning their journey into photography today? Especially since you mentioned you're an extrovert, but I'm kind of an introvert, but I
Yeah.
tried to break my boundaries to become an extrovert. So, especially to someone that's introverted, what would be your advice for those that are beginning?
So I also have some friends talaga na tawag dito na introvert also. Actually sila nga yung minsan baka naman pwede mo akong anuhin. So minsan nagre-refer din akong client sa kanila actually. Para maano din sila, ma-train sila ng konti to talk to people of course. Tapos I think ano din yan confidence sa sarili, ganon, sa sarili ninyo to approach. Kasi may time na hindi na ako yung kapartner noon nung introvert na isa na friend ko din, na hindi na niya ako partner, tapos nagsushoot siya for Phil Oil Eco Sports, yung yung mga UAAP versus NCAA type, ganon. So
Yeah.
nandun siya. So parang nung time na yon, parang saka siya step up, meron siyang ibang mga photographer na nakausap, may iba na parang nakachika pa siya, ganon. So I think building up the confidence lang. Pero kasi mahirap sabihin na ganon kasi introvert nga, 'di ba? Parang minsan kasi parang something's holding you back talaga. So
Yeah.
parang ang advice ko is just try. Iyon.
Try.
Try lang talaga. Yeah. No harm in trying. Sometimes ganyan din ako kasi parang syempre yung ibang big talaga, the big guns. You can't, I don't know how to talk to them unless they talk to me. Ganon ako Ganon din ako. So parang I'm shy. Ganon. Like
Hmm.
they're this big na and then I'm just here. Parang ganon siya. Ganon yung feeling niya sometimes. Tapos parang when you try na, ano po, ganon, mag-interact ka lang. Tapos minsan chichikahin ka pala ng mga yan, ganon. Actually, in short, ang hanapin nyo ay yung mga extrovert na pag nag-hi, hello, yung chichikahin ka, matututo ka kasi doon sa mga extrovert na yon. Like, matututo ka talaga sa kanila. Tapos, yun nga, never stop trying to reach out. Or kung halimbawa may kasama ka na mga photographer friends, ganon, na wala lang, just interact lang talaga with them. Ang hirap kasi talaga, promise, ang hirap. Kahit ako nahirapan kahit extroverted din ako. Like, ngayon lang ako din natuto na tagging other players, ganon, reaching out sa other people, parang ganon, greeting them. Parang ang hirap kasi nung unang times din. Kasi parang, ang perspective ko nga is, hindi ko gagawin to. Tapos apparently ginawa ko rin pala. So, ayun. I think that's one thing para ma-build niyo yung connection niyo is to just try or to stick to extroverts na iba. Parang gano'n. So, yung pag nag-hi ka, tapos bigla kang chichikahin. Marami kasing gano'n, promise. Ang daming
Yeah.
gano'n. Oo. So, I think that's it. Hindi siya mahirap kasing ma-advisean kasi syempre, iba ang, magkaiba din kasi talaga pag sa introverts, ganyan. I guess, the emails, the cold emails might work for you guys. Ganon. Yeah, the cold calls, cold emails. If you can't talaga try to interact with other people, I guess lang. Kasi the emails, they don't work for me masyado. Kasi talagang nakikipag-usap talaga ako sa people. Tapos, yun nga, minsan nag-ghost ako. So, ayun. It might work for you guys though. Kasi parang, syempre, mas madali na medyo mag-compose also. And then to try to talk to those people via emails. Methinks ganon. Yeah. So, yeah.
Ayun, thank you so much for those words of advice, words of wisdom. So we have now finally reached the end of our podcast. So how do you feel now that we've been in this for like 2.5 hours?
It's very, very normal. Charot! Hindi nakapag-podcast rin ako dati. Tapos mga 1.5 or 2 hours din kami inabot nung yeah. Yun yung time na nag-mobile pa ako. But yeah.
Yeah, I've never expected this to reach 2.5 hours. Pero it was a meaningful 2.5 hours. Now I get to learn so much from you, with someone with more experience, and me that wants to try to be a freelance photographer, or I don't mind working as an employed photographer.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn a lot on how to survive in this industry, especially now that I'm learning about the different types and what you have to go through as a sports photographer, which can be different from portrait photography.
Yeah,
so it's insightful naman.
Yeah, iba-iba kasi talaga you wouldn't even expect, you wouldn't even know. It's really different per niche. Iba talaga. Like, yeah, iba-iba on how you approach it para makuha mo or makuha ka. So, yeah.
We would like to extend our grateful gratitude to you. And for those that are watching us, All of her referrals, all of her social media links, and her portfolio will be down in the website. Just scroll right down and you'll see her profile or her portfolio and all of her contact links. So yeah, thank you again so much for being a guest here, and stay tuned for the next episode, which will be happening. So yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so
you.
much for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much.